This week on the Reseller Locker Room podcast, episode number 48, we are visiting with the Mr. Rogers of the reselling world, Chad Wolfman Goodies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 48 of the Reseller Locker Room podcast. My name is Ben, the Rocky Top Picker. Joining me in the locker room, as always, is Alex, the bearded one, the Beard King Picker, followed by Shane with his different kind of mask on. Soda City Flips is in the house. And our special guest this week, boys and girls, it's Mr. Rogers of the reselling world. Please welcome Chad from Wolfman Goodies from YouTube. What's going on, fellas?
Hello. How's it going? I am good. How's everyone?
Rocking.
Awesome.
Rocking?
That was my rock steady mask.
Hobbling on one leg. I'm doing better. For those
actually,
viewers,
that's a bebop.
I appreciate all the comments that the viewers have sent me, and people have sent me messages, and I appreciate everybody's thoughts and concerns. I'm out of a wheelchair. I'm not on a walker. I'm not on crutches, so I'm able to maneuver on my own again. But that doesn't mean I'm going to karaoke and blow my other knee out again. I'm not going to do that. But
no more of that.
Yeah. Well, we have the distinct honor and privilege to have Chad Wolfman Goodies. His channel's over on YouTube. So for those of you that have seen this gentleman for the very first time, be sure you go over here on YouTube and click on his channel, Wolfman Goodies. Hit that like and subscribe and share with your friends and family. And we'd appreciate you doing that for sure. Soda City Flips, go check out his YouTube channel, and go check out Beard King Picker's YouTube channel. And mine is the Rocky Top Picker. And yeah, we're just a bunch of YouTubers. And of course, Shane, you want to tell everybody real quick about your other channels real quick?
Yeah. So I have a total of 4 channels now. Everybody's been giving me a little bit of hell about it, but so there's Soda City Flips, Soda City Rips, my new card channel. It's non-sports cards for anybody who's interested in checking that out. I have AI Horror Stories, which is horror stories created by me, but then given to AI to make the video. And finally, there's the Snake channel. Everybody loves the name Soda City Herps. HERPS. That's right. Soda City Herps. Go check it out.
And Soda City Farts. That's another good channel that we're going to have.
Yeah, that might be. We might have to bring that one down the pipeline here soon.
Yeah, the fart of the day. That's what we're going to do. But anyway, hey, we need to jump into this, fellas. We're going to start off with Chad. For those of you viewers that have laid eyes on him for the very first time, if you want to be entertained on the daily, you need to tune into his YouTube channel because he puts out content every single day, and he does a live show on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern. Is that right, Chad?
Yes, Eastern time, 6 p.m.
All right. Who wants to fire some questions to Mr.
Chad,
Rogers here?
Have you thought about stepping up your YouTube game, maybe doing like 2 videos a day?
No, I have not. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I got a
All
question.
The cool kids are doing it.
Have you ever missed a day? Since you started doing daily, you have. Okay.
Yes.
So did you do 2 videos to make up for it the next day?
Maybe 2 shorts.
Well, Chad, how long have you had your YouTube channel?
January 1st of 2023.
Wow.
And I've been selling on eBay for 5 years now. So I'm getting the hang of it.
Well, what's your most favorite thing that you like to source and sell?
Board games. Yeah, they're only $1. That and coffee cups, and of course, hats.
Now, what do you do when you? I'm assuming you thoroughly go through these games before. The only reason I don't do board games is I'd buy some and they'd be missing stuff.
Right.
And so how do you handle that?
If it's missing stuff, I just put the spare parts in these tackle boxes, and I'll build a board game later.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Oh, that's going to be a one of a kind.
It's only $1. You know, I built a few mouse traps like that. Those pieces are typically broken or lost, you know, or the steel ball bearings are gone.
Yeah. Okay, no, now you're talking
all the pieces in the tackle box. Make your own game.
There you go.
I'll build a game. No, when I buy a board game for $1 and it's missing a piece, I'll go to my backup stuff and go through the tackle box.
Now,
try to find the missing pieces. Then
yeah, find the missing piece and build a game.
When you said Mousetrap, for those of you watching, you're talking about the board game Mousetrap.
Yeah, that was a cool game.
That was a cool game back in the day, man.
Yep.
So where are you sourcing most of these board games from?
Goodwill.
Is that your favorite spot to go to, or do you do that? You go to Goodwill daily, or what's your routine?
Yeah, I go to the Goodwill daily because I pick my son up from school at 3. So I go hit the Goodwill, spend either $8 or here lately, after all the flea markets and yard sales, you know, they've been getting a lot of good stuff. So I've been spending like $30 and $60 a trip at Goodwill.
Now, when you come home, do you first go to the closet and change your sweater and shoes?
No, I don't.
You know what I was going to do, and I totally forgot. I had the lyrics of the Mr. Rogers television show pulled up, and I was going to rewrite it to fit the theme of reselling, but I failed on that.
Shane, do you want him to be your neighbor? Because you have problems with yours, so.
Yeah, my neighbor likes to steal my packages. I shouldn't say steal. FedEx delivers my packages to my neighbors, but then they take them in their house and go through my packages.
Yeah.
So,
you need a new neighbor.
I had mine arrested.
That's true too.
Here's the thing: these people they didn't get off their couch when I knocked on the door. They yelled, "Come on in!" Once I'm in your house and you got my belongings, oh, it's on. And I let them know you do not ever bring my packages in your house again. Do not make me come back over here. It's golf balls. I bought $150 worth of golf balls. That's a lot of money, right? So I want my golf balls. They dumped all my balls out and kept the container they came in, and like I dumped all their shit right on their floor. Not even joking.
They needed an empty box for their cat food, man.
My gosh. And I get it. It's, FedEx's fault for dropping it over there. But come on, man. You don't think I'm going to come looking when FedEx shows a picture? They put a picture. It was dropped off here. I know what their porch looks like.
Oh, wow.
Come on, man. I know you got it. You didn't think I was going to come over?
Well, Chad, you don't have that problem because from watching the videos, you've got cow pastures and goat fields.
Goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mail personnel picks up from my front porch on my little eBay office here 6 days a week. And, FedEx and Amazon drops off here, and I got a security camera.
Well, FedEx is the only carrier that cannot get it right. Every time I order something and it's shipped FedEx, it goes to their house. Every single time.
Put you a
They're
sign
the only
over there.
ones that can't get it right.
Put a sign on their porch that says, "My address is over here." Put your name and address on it.
I'm gonna have to put something out there by the road. Now, my house is back in the woods, but everybody else gets it right. I mean, the mailbox is there. Turn at the mailbox. Come down to the house. But whatever. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it except for fight and complain with FedEx until they start getting it right. And that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Well, Chad, what is it you enjoy most about the reselling business? You said you've been doing it for about 5 years. What satisfaction, other than making money, do you get from this business?
That's a really good question. I don't know. It just keeps me busy while I'm staying at mom's, That's why I started. That's why I started YouTube. That January the 1st. That's right around the time that I moved in with her because she has dementia. And I was like, I gotta do something else, keep my mind busy. It's tough sitting around, You go from doing whatever you want and then you're sitting around. I've told my kids before, I'm like, I feel like I'm serving time every weekend. I got to show up at jail, you know.
That's what I felt like these last couple of weeks. I couldn't get out of my recliner hardly without assistance.
Well, Chad, not to dampen the mood here, but I've told you in the past, I lost my mom to dementia a couple of years ago. October will be 3 years. So I feel you, man. And trust me, I think about you daily. Just, remembering what my family and I went through, going through those stages with my mom. I feel for you, brother, and I'm thinking about you.
Thank you so much.
Yep, no problem.
Chad, are you full-time reseller then?
Yeah, me and my wife. We both have eBay stores.
So right when you got into reselling, you went full-time, or did you slowly work into it?
No, about 2 years ago, I quit doing the metal roof installs and stuff.
Okay.
And focused more time on reselling. I started catching on and making more money, and I was like, I can do this. Because I had a feeling I was going to have to stay with my mom eventually.
Yeah.
So that gives you the flexibility, working for yourself.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. You're exactly right. Good answer. Flexibility, the hours.
So in my last video on the Rocky Top Picker channel, my title was what was it? I forgot. You need eBay more than you think, or something like that.
Right.
This was a perfect setup for you, right, Chad? For your lifestyle and your life situations. eBay affords you to be able to stay and take care of your mom.
Yep.
And how many kids you got?
I got 2 sons that live with me.
Okay. So without eBay, you'd still be doing metal roofing, and you wouldn't have the opportunities that you have now to take care of everybody, right?
That's right. And mom would probably be in a rest home.
Yeah. Well, this question is, what do you dislike most about the reselling business? What aggravates you?
Rocky Top Picker.
I was going to say the same thing. Dang it, you got to.
He aggravates me more than I do him reselling dating site. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's good stuff.
That is the best video you have, I think. That's my favorite.
You. I know you like it.
But what?
I was laughing so hard when I watched that.
Not having enough room to store all this stuff. I got it in 3 locations.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I got 3 locations here, two outside the house and 1 inside the house, and it's never enough.
So you're in a storage building, like the Mennonites build, like what I'm in.
Yeah, it's a 10 by 14 Leonard from Mount Airy, North Carolina building, like the Leonard truck.
Well, have you ever given any thought of maybe upgrading to a larger one, or do you have room to do that?
Nah, I don't. It's a great idea though. I just use mom's carport. I think I'm gonna build a second 2x4 wooden shelf system with some totes and/or boxes over there. Do another aisle because it's all sitting in the floor now.
Yeah.
So one of the things you don't like about reselling is you don't have enough space, and I think all of us can sympathize with that for sure. Yeah. We don't have enough space. When it comes to buyers, Chad, have you ever had a difficult one that you had to deal with?
Yeah.
Now tell us, can you think of one that comes to mind and tell us the story about a difficult buyer? Let's hear about it.
Man, there's 2 or 3 of them. The most recent one, and eBay took their side, and it's okay. It was only like $18. They bought a orange camouflage football and said it was over-aired. It was for her grandson, and she never would show me the barcode, that's on the football. And I told eBay, I was like, this flat ball is not mine. Okay. She's like, item not as described or something. They gave her a full refund. That was lovely.
Wow. That's ridiculous.
Well, did you bless them? Did you bless them out?
No, I just block them. Block them out of my life.
Go ahead, Alex.
Well, I'm going to ask something about YouTube, since you do daily videos, only what sold videos. Have you ever thought about getting into doing like yard sale videos? Are you going to start adding that into it during the summer maybe? Or do you ever film when you go out picking at all?
One time at a friend's yard sale, it was kind of, I don't know, difficult to do. But yeah, a lot of people ask me that question, and I don't see it happening. I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing here.
Yeah. All right. Just all what sold, huh?
Sometimes you gotta be willing to change, adapt.
Right.
I'm stealing that word.
Pivot. We've used that word pivot a lot.
Adapt.
You know? Adapt and pivot. Chad, do you know if they allow you to video when you go into your Goodwill? Because mine doesn't care if I video when I go into mine.
They don't care, and I have before, probably a year and a half ago. You can watch it on my channel where I just, no sound, no talking. I'm showing the toy aisle and then all the board games.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, you done this as a short, and this was a while back, and I got the biggest kick out of is when you took the shotgun to Rudolph, the plushie. Yeah. You ever thought about just videoing a show where you've just got all this crap product sitting out there in your backyard and just line it up and just blow it all away and do like a 5 or 10 minute video on just doing that? Because that's hilarious.
Yeah, that would be cool. It's like start a new channel.
Well, yeah, I mean,
since you brought it up, there's a dude local to me. He's got a channel. His name's Resident Daryl, and it's a pretty cool channel. It's him and his kids, and they go sourcing flea markets and yard sales for video games. They're collectors and resellers, so they're looking for games for their collection, and then they're reselling cool things that they find. There's one game, and I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but I believe it's an Xbox game. They find more than any other game, and it's apparently a stupid POS game. Like nobody liked it, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of copies everywhere. So they find them all the time, and they have a plan to. We have outdoor shooting ranges here, and they buy every copy of this game they come across. And when they get like 1,000 of them or something, he's taking his boys to the shooting range for target practice.
He should. That's cool. He should try putting them in a skeet thrower, the case and all, or just like stack up, 3 or 4 of the disc.
Yeah.
And release the pressure. Just pull and let them barely throw it out through the air and shoot them.
That's an idea, Chad, for your show. Go get you one of those skeet shooters and do that. Video that.
Yeah. I got some CDs around here scratched up.
So you said a little while ago, you and your wife, you both have individual eBay stores. I know that from watching your videos, and you've created a competition between you and your spouse, which I think is awesome. Yep. Question is, we never see her. So does she source her own stuff, or do you do all the sourcing and divide up the inventory between the two stores?
I do 80% of the sourcing, and I give her the stuff she wants. Like right now,
standing there with a knife behind the camera.
Yes, ma'am. She's been on my video one time, like a live, a few back, 4 or 5. But I got a baby alive for $1, but it was marked up and just dirty, and that's the one that's worth like $1.50. And she's cleaned it up and she's testing it. You got to put a magnet in its mouth to get it to talk. It's interactive.
Huh.
So I give her stuff like that she likes to resell, and the clothes and the shoes.
Do you do all the packing for her store too, or does she do her own packing?
No, I do all the shipping out. That's what I call it.
She's got you trained, son. She got you trained.
Yep. Yeah, that's outsold me. She outsold me this week by $60, so I took her out to eat.
I outsell my wife every single time, Chad. I don't know what you're doing wrong.
Good job.
Me too.
Where's your trophy at? Your plaque on the wall. Best eBay sales of the week, yo. That's what it says.
That's awesome.
My day started out a guy yelling at the Goodwill bins apparently someone was filming as they're walking into the bins on their camera. And then this guy starts screaming at him, you don't have to record everything and put it on YouTube and TikTok. You're just making more competition going. Apparently the guy was behind me, but I was standing here and I thought he was talking to me because I'm the YouTuber. Like he saw and recognized me or something. And I've never filmed at the bins at all. I don't really do any bins content, but maybe there's someone behind me filming as they walked in. But it was like he was looking right at me, and I'm like, this guy really yelling at me in the morning, like about filming. I'm not filming.
In the
you know what
morning.
you're talking about. Yeah, to start off with this guy, that's ridiculous. But
that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness sakes!
Can't record there. I never tried to record there.
So Chad, one thing I've noticed, and this, I think, to give you credit, the word commitment. You embody the word commitment when it comes to not only the reselling side of things, but commitment to the YouTube, your own channel, and dedication daily of putting videos out. That takes a massive amount of a commitment that most of us, we can do it. We either don't have time or we don't want to. It's one or the other. But, you know, I got to give you props that you're doing it on the daily, and success is definitely already in your corral, and it's going to continue to grow from here for sure. Do you ever have days where you just like, I do not want to be in front of the camera and do this? Especially, I noticed a couple of weeks, well, I don't know how, it was a few episodes back where you had 0 sales and you did a video anyway, which to me was awesome.
Impressive. That's impressive. Yeah. To have the, like Ben said, commitment to make a video, even though you had 0 sales. Most people would have just said, well, guess I ain't doing a video today.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I take it serious. It's a job, you know, so I got to show up and do my job daily.
Show up and show out, buddy.
Exactly. Turn it up. I mean, some days you can tell I've been up hours at night and I'm tired and stuff and I'm not all chirpy, but I still do the video.
That's when you got to take a dip in the pool, man.
Yeah, it wakes me up first thing before I turn the camera on. You're right.
Well, and I'm being sincere, considering, Chad, everything you have on your plate on a personal level in your life, and you're still dedicated to put content out every day. Yeah. It kind of takes away the excuse for the rest of us. You know, I feel like sometimes, why can't we do the same? Because, you know, you've got a lot going on. We all got a lot going on.
Right.
And what you said a moment ago when you said it's my job. Now, this is going out to the part-time resellers that watch this channel. You want to increase your business, start treating it like your job and not a side gig and not a hobby, and you'll make more money. Is that a fair statement?
That is.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, I'm a prime example of that, because you guys know I don't have a lot of time, and sometimes when I do have the time, I'm still just too tired to worry about it. But when I get up and just grind out listings and do all the things, man, my sales pick up. And I mean, I'm a living proof of that. There's something on my microphone. Oh, it's driving me, because it's like a hair or something, and I see it. I guess my breath, it's like doing like this. Anyways, so yeah, I can attest to that statement very well.
Yeah.
Treat it like a job and it'll treat you well.
Yeah. You'll receive a paycheck every week.
That's right.
Now, Chad, do you have a Ben's location near you?
I do, but I haven't been to it in months because of my schedule. But my wife loves Ben's.
Is that in Winston-Salem or?
Yes, sir. Okay. Winston-Salem.
Yeah, I was trying to think, where would there be a Ben's around Mount Airy? It's got to be Winston-Salem.
Yeah, 30 minutes away. And what's great about it is there's 5 or 6 Goodwills and or like mega thrift stores, so you can spend the whole Saturday and spend a bunch of money.
Well, my question is, I mean, you find a lot of great stuff at your Goodwill that's close to you. But, you know, when you go to the Ben's, as Alex can attest, you can get bulk tons of stuff on the cheap. How come you don't do the bins more since it's only about a 30-minute drive?
Well, until recently, I didn't have nobody staying with my mom on Saturdays.
Okay.
But now I do, so I can get away from like 10 a.m. till 9 p.m.
Okay.
So it's
Saturdays.
coming down the pipe. Saturdays. It's coming down the pipe.
Saturdays.
A couple days ago, I showed up there. There was no books, but all it was board games, just bins of board games. So you
see,
that would have been perfect for you. There's a guy that's all he buys is mostly board games, and he'll part them out.
There's money in board games.
Well, you can part them out like little pieces too. Instead of saving them to build a game, you can just sell them as missing pieces. Like I don't know if it was on your channel where it's like a kitchen thing and it's got all these roaches. I don't know if you ever came across that game. That roach just by itself is like at least $10 for the roach because I've sold that before out of the bins. Just little roaches.
My neighbors.
Yeah,
my neighbor's got a house full of roaches.
Yeah, I bet.
And your packages. You're right, Alex. I've actually took the charms. I take the charms out of the board game boxes at the bins and put them in my little bag. Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
And yeah, my wife, we seen everybody else doing it like 2 years ago, taking the clothes off the Barbies. The Cabbage Patch Kids would end up being naked. We're like, if they're doing it, we can do it too.
Yeah, I actually picked up a game, a personal pickup. I traded a guy. I had a Star Wars game and some other game. They were both like $15, $20. I didn't want to pack them because they're too big. And he had a Lord of the Rings board game. I'm like, I want that. So I traded him. I'm like, you take these two games and it's for the Lord of the Rings. So we just swapped. So I got a Lord of the Rings game.
Nice.
And my find of the week came out of that board game bin too.
That's cool.
We'll get to that later.
Well, let me tell you something that's a great seller that I stumbled upon. You've heard of mothballs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they make these round balls, but it's made out of cedar. And go look those up on eBay and go look at the solds on those. You'd be surprised.
I've never seen those, but I'm curious about that since you said it, because I know I had built cedar plant beds many, many years ago when my kid's mom and I were still living together. And those things attracted freaking bugs. And I talked to a buddy of mine, is actually my cousin, and his buddy owned a little small mom and pop landscape company. And they said cedar wood attracts bugs for some reason. So I don't know if I'd want to put them in my house.
Well,
somebody does clearly, huh?
They're aromatic cedar blocks, but they look like chestnuts. And it's an insect repellent and air freshener. And these suckers are selling on eBay for just a little bag of them for $24.99.
It's insect repellent, and Shane's saying they attract bugs.
That's what it says.
They may have something
chemical.
They may have something in there that helps with that. I don't know. I've never seen them, so I wouldn't know. But I mean,
I don't know why I brought that up.
I was told.
I just found that to be very interesting. That equivalent of mothballs sells good on eBay. So, Chad? What is the craziest thing you've ever sold, man? Craziest, wildest item?
Man, there was that one I told you on your live, but I had one recently. It left my mind. I don't know. What about y'all?
We're asking you, dude. This is your.
I know.
Ben hasn't sold his urn yet, so he doesn't.
No, I haven't sold the urn. I think I got cursed when I bought that.
You did sell the.
You did. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The fun bag.
The jingle jugs.
Jingle jugs.
You did sell those. That was kind of crazy.
I don't think
I've ever sold anything weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you now. I got the Christmas lamp that's like 20 inches tall, the Christmas leg. So that's a little risque. I hadn't really sold anything crazy.
My mom used to buy me everything she could find with that dang leg lamp on it because I loved that movie growing up. So every year for Christmas, I had like a little plug-in lamp, little leg lamp about this tall. She had like little statues. She I don't know where she found them, but she would always find these freaking leg lamps. So growing up, like some people's parents probably gave them those Hess trucks. My mom gave me leg lamps.
That's interesting. Gift from your mom. You had the mini ones though, so that's the little people's version.
Yeah, they're the little tykes.
Little lady.
Little leg.
Fragile. It must be Italian.
Yeah.
Fragile. All right. Well, let's move into our segments of the week of the show. We're going to do the find of the week now, gentlemen. Chad's already sent me his, so he's our guest. We're going to let him go first. I'll put this up on the screen. Let's talk about this.
Whoa.
It's like a Disney VHS, apparently.
Apparently, there is a company that makes explosion-proof conduit and fittings and all, for the fire alarms and all. During an attack and an explosion, they'll continue to work. And it's a Groused Hines Solutions worldwide. When I was trying to find any merch on this, I found one hat. I Googled it and all. And on eBay, you can find like a flexible explosion-proof conduit piece, and it's sold in the green for $1,100, like 2 foot long. It's crazy. But apparently this was like something somebody got at the company meeting or whatever. It's got an oak handle. It's mint condition. So I threw it out there for a bunch of money. Go fishing.
That's cool, man.
Heck yeah. All right. Who's next?
I found this in the place I'm not supposed to talk about. For $2. So the current listing is for $3.75 on Amazon. It is just a DC Blu-ray box set. When Amazon comes on it, they sell theirs for $300. I actually decided to put it on eBay because I'm a little nervous to send really high dollar stuff to Amazon because they like to lose things,
Yeah.
So I put it on eBay for $320. Most everyone's like at $345 with free shipping, so I'm at $320, and I already have an offer. I got an offer today for $330 on it. No, is it $330? No, if I listed it for $230. So I'm like contemplating if I take it. I haven't taken it yet, but
pull the trigger.
I mean, I know, dude. I know the temptation because you can get more for it. But my gosh, $2 into $230.
Yeah,
I would have probably accepted that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd wait 23 hours and 58 minutes, and then I'd accept it.
Yeah.
Yeah, $230. They want $230 for it, which would be the highest sold comp on eBay in the last 3 months if I take it. So I don't think I think it's overpriced on Amazon right now, and I don't think it's sold for that much. When Amazon sells it brand new, they do $300. So I might just take
new sealed, right?
It's brand new. So I'll probably take the $230. I'll let it go for a day and see if anyone else gives me a bid on it. But
that's cool.
All right, Shane, what you got?
I don't have anything with me because it's still in my Jeep. So you guys know I went to the Big Grab 50-mile yard sale. By the way, shout out Chris from Buck Mountain Barn, Leroy Blood, Sweat, and Sale, and Eric OBX Picker. Met with all those guys while I was there, and they're all super cool. But I found a few things there, and then another yard sale the next day here closer to the house. I found an original My Buddy doll, which sells for about $38. Yeah, that guy. $38. I've seen sold comps. I paid $3 for it. I found a vintage waffle maker, which was I think about a $60 comp if I remember. I did pay $10 for it. Found both of those at a church sale. Found a Granny Square blanket for $1 at the yard sale down the street from me. What else? I found a ladies Bulova watch for $15 that sells for around 70. So I didn't find any like big bangers, but I found a bunch of small, decent little things.
Yeah, man. You remember it, I don't know what episode it was, if it was on my channel or if we did it here. Vintage small kitchen appliances. I've sold all kinds of old 70s waffle makers, blenders, can openers, and people ask nothing for those things.
Yeah,
and
I sold a $150 toaster from the 50s. It still worked. When you put the toast in it, you know how you usually got to push the button for your toast to go down? You drop this and it just on its own.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was made by Sunbeam.
Yeah, some of them, you know, people throw them out for sale and they never clean them. So there's a lot of grease, butter buildup. So, but if you take a little time and clean them up, man, I'm telling you, they sell pretty quick.
Yeah, there's money in it.
Stuff. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, I've sold some of the baby blue, like it was an ice crusher and a can opener with a knife sharpener, baby blue. And sometimes
I've never heard of baby blue.
Well, it's the color from the 50s.
What about any,
gotcha. I thought you meant like a brand.
What about a salad shooter?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
You can
I
park
actually
those
have
out.
one in my death pile.
Yep. All right. Well, I went to Goodwill yesterday. 1960, 1969. It's a lamp, but it doesn't have the light bulb that, you know, corded with a light bulb, but it's got a stamp on the back with the date 1969. Got this for $1.99. They are solds on there, and there's a lot of them, anywhere from $30 up to $48 a piece. And this was just one of the things that I found yesterday, and people pass this kind of, I couldn't believe it was even left because I got there late and I couldn't believe that it was still on the shelf. But yeah.
Did you list that already? Halloween's coming up. I already sold.
Yeah.
I listed a Martha Stewart Halloween magazine from like 2015 and it sold within a day. $15 for old magazine. All right. Interesting.
Yeah. Now, one of y'all just mentioned a moment ago about, Alex, you were talking about you got an offer.
Yeah.
Chad, people treat offers differently because everybody's business is different. I know with me, I don't jump on an offer right away unless it was like my bobblehead and I'm like, I got $1.99. I got a $250 offer. I took it immediately. Normally, I don't take offers right off the bat because what I've found in my business that if I'll set on that offer within that time frame that it's good for, it generally gets sold at asking price before I have to accept an offer. And how do you handle offers?
I do the same thing now that I heard that on your channel.
Yeah.
Before though, I would accept it if it was close enough so I could just ship it out, have it in my video. And then the low ball ones, I deny them immediately.
Yeah.
This is back in the day, and they'll keep going up higher and keep offering because they want it. So I just decline it.
Man.
So
you don't counter, huh? You just
I never count. I just shut it down, and then they add more and they add more, and then somebody else will buy it for full price before.
Yeah.
They can get it. Yeah, it's crazy.
I'll counter reasonable offers. But like today, I got an offer on something. I don't even remember what it was. I have it listed for. I remember I have it listed for $40, and somebody sent me an offer today, 50% off, so $20. And I was like, no, denied. I'm not even gonna entertain this dude.
Yeah,
because if he's starting that low, we're not gonna come to an agreement. That's how I feel about it.
I've had them recounter just raising their price by 50 cents.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, really? You think 50 cents more is going to motivate me to accept something? I mean, really, come on. Crazy business.
I have, after 2 or 3 counter offers like that, I have just ended it and sell similar and throw it back up.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. Give me your opinion, Chad, of ending and seller similar. Do you do it? Does it work for you? Does it not work for you? Do you believe in that method? And how often do you do it?
About every 2 or 3 days. I was doing it daily, but it's like anything new. You kind of get lazy. I've been selling stuff for 3 or 4 years back. So let's say me doing that, I'm getting like 15 or 20% more sales.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's old stock you've had that you've refreshed, and it's just moving all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's been sitting for 4 years, where every 30 days, it just refreshes.
Nice.
Since we talked about that, we talked about that in the last episode. I actually stopped ending and selling similar from the last episode. I was doing it every day.
And I mean, since we're on the topic, I'll bring it up. So the Trash to Cash guys talked about that, and basically Kevin brought it up, and then Dave kind of mentioned us talking about it here last week. And Dave was saying he tends to agree more with me, that he didn't notice any difference in doing it. And Kevin leaned more towards Chris, where it did make a difference. And Kevin was saying, well, yeah, if you just end and sell similar and don't make any changes, why would it sell? And I agree 100%. I always change. I always change my price, but sometimes I would change the title itself, the description, keywords in the title, things like that. I would do multiple things sometimes, and I still really never noticed a difference. So for me, it didn't work out. I did sell some things here and there, but it wasn't enough data for me to attribute that to ending and selling similar.
Well, even if we had proof that it works or it didn't work, let's say we had proof that it didn't work, it still gets you to go back and look at that item and maybe adjust to the market, because the market changes all the time. It could be too high or too low. So it does get you to go back and look at it and fix your title and check the recent sold comps on it and adjust from there. So
exactly,
it is a good practice. That's what I got most out of it.
True. And I never thought about it like that. So that's a very good point.
Yeah, he's exactly right. A lot of mine that I look at, I got it priced $10 higher. So I lower the price because it shows you what's sold recently.
Yeah.
Well, if you're in a habit of doing it daily or once every week or once every month, if you have to let's say you take this widget and you cycle through end and sell similar on this one widget 2 or 3 times, that ought to tell you that that's an item that nobody wants. And you ought to delist it and just donate it and get it out of your inventory and move on to something else.
Yep.
Now, Chad, would you say that your items are $10 higher than everybody else's because your children's show you did got canceled and now you need the money?
No, it's from where I listed it 3 years ago and the item was selling higher, but now it's lower.
Gotcha.
Oh,
source high, list high, sell high.
I took that literally.
One thing I forgot to do, fellas, at the top of the show, if you notice that Easy Pickings Chris is missing from the show today, he is in Arizona on some family business. So we wish him the very best. He'll be back with us hopefully next week's episode. But our thoughts are with you, Chris, when you watch this.
Absolutely.
And everybody, if you know Chris, Easy Pickings, keep him in your thoughts. And he's dealing with a situation in Arizona, so we hope that everything works out there for him. But anyway, we're here with Chad of Wolfman's Goodies once again, and let's move on to the next thing. How about what are we doing next, gentlemen? What do we normally do?
Let's do our stolen segment, the pathetic sale of the week.
Oh, how about the sale of the week? Did we do that? No,
we haven't done that.
We haven't.
We can do that.
Let's do the sale of the week. Whoever wants to go first.
I sold. Go ahead. If you have it pulled up.
Well, I was just going to say I have a picture pulled up. But I guess if I'll go ahead. So you guys remember last week I talked about my neighbor, my cool neighbor, not my thieving neighbor. He saw one of my shorts about a baseball bat I picked up at the Goodwill. So I was out in my shipping shed getting some golf club boxes, and he came over and he's like, "Hey man, you want to sell a bat?" Well, and I misspoke last week. I said it was a $400 bat. It's a $500 bat, brand new. It's a 2024 Rawlings Icon Carbon BB Core 33-inch, 30-ounce baseball bat. It's a drop 3. It was never used, but because it was rolling around in somebody's trunk, it had a scratch on it, so I had to list it for used. I sold it for $324.99 plus shipping.
Holy crap.
For a free baseball bat. That's my sale of the week.
Heck
You
yeah.
should have went last with that one.
Yeah, because the rest of us don't need to waste our time.
Yeah, trying to make up for Chris not being here with that. So,
well, I did. There's my find in the week, y'all.
There you go, snake.
Yeah, I seen that picture, man.
That's my new Honduran milk snake. His name is El Serpiente.
Wow,
really cool looking.
And he likes to bite a lot. Little asshole.
All right, Alex, what you got?
I sold a financial accounting textbook on Amazon for $170.
Nice.
So that was
the man. What do you got into that? A dime?
$2. $2.
Was that a bin's find, or did you find that out?
It's a bin's find. It's a bin's find. I'm not supposed to talk about the bins anymore. So the place, it was sourced from the place that I'm not allowed to speak of. First rule of the bins, don't talk about the bins. Second rule of the bins, don't film at the bins. Third rule of the bins, don't talk about the bins. I didn't know I was joining like a source club. Wow. Apparently those are the rules. Anyway,
nobody knows about the bins. You cannot share that secret.
It's a massive, massive reselling industry secret, guys. So I sourced this. Yeah, if it was over £5, then I probably paid $2 for it because I think they raised the price to $2 or $1.99. So, or if not, I paid 50 cents for it, 59 cents.
All right.
Either way, man, that's a killer sale.
Yeah.
Oh,
whoa! What we got here,
got
man?
Some uranium marbles.
Yeah,
those are cool.
That's the 6th jar that I sold, and the same guy bought 5 of them.
Dang.
Yeah.
Where'd you find those?
That's what I was about to ask.
Facebook Marketplace, which is rare. Like 10% of my stuff comes from there.
Okay. That's cool.
Now, how much do you have into these? You said you sold how many? 5?
6. 6 of them.
Yeah. And how many do you have left?
Oh, that's it. I got 6 for $40 and sold them for like $3.50. Nice. I took some offers, $70 offer or, 80.
Shoot, yeah, cool. Man, that's nice.
But if those didn't glow, which only 20% are uranium, then it'd just be like $25 a jar. Regular marbles, That's what the sold comps was.
All right. I sold an O'Neill. I had 2 O'Neill wetsuits. I sold one probably a month ago. This one sold. It's a large O'Neill wetsuit, Epic 4.3, whatever that means, for $101.64. $3 into that deal because it was in a bulk buy deal that I'd done.
Nice.
That's cool.
I just sold 2 wetsuits also. The only problem was it was the same wetsuit. One sold on Poshmark. Forgot to delist it from eBay, and then it sold on eBay. So I had to cancel the eBay order because I already sold and shipped it off.
That's why I don't cross list.
Settle down, Dave. Settle down, Dave.
I don't pay for it anymore, so it doesn't automatically delist it, and I forget.
Man, that's right.
Now, Chad, do you just sell strictly eBay only?
Yes, eBay only.
Me too, unless I do the random whatnot show.
Do you not do any like big bulk items on Marketplace? Because I do that. If I have something too big that it can't be shipped.
Man, where I live, nobody shows.
Really?
Yeah.
You're out
they don't show anywhere. And
it's aggravating. So
they just ask you, is it still available? Yeah, I listed it 5 minutes ago, you idiot.
Yeah, I want that.
I don't think that's because you're out in the middle of nowhere. It's a problem everywhere. Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, it is.
For that.
Yeah. I don't get paid for Friday. Can I pick it up Friday? And then they don't show up Friday.
I was talking to Chris Moose, and he was about to go meet someone, and then like they just blocked him all of a sudden. When he was going to make the plans to go meet him, they blocked him, and so he couldn't even like give him the address or anything. Like, what the heck?
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes I think they died. I'm like, are you okay? You in the hospital? No response for days.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go on to the pitiful sale of the week. Who's got one of the pitiful sales?
I got one, and the terrible customer of the week too. I had a stupid Funko Pop listed for $3.75. Okay, they sent me an offer for $3. Like they couldn't afford the other 75 cents, which is just ridiculous that they would send me an offer. Anyways, I just took the offer because they're just old Funko Pops. I'm trying to get out of here. And then they sent me a message right after they bought it. Well, they didn't buy it once they purchased it, but didn't send me the money yet. It's like, thanks for accepting my offer, because I didn't have the 75 cents, but I can't pay you until Tuesday. And this was Sunday. Like, if you shouldn't be buying anything if you can't afford $3.75, but you can't even afford $3. It's freaking so stupid.
Yeah, you shouldn't be sending out offers if you can't afford the $3. Now, I get it if you're trying to buy something that's, just say $300-$400. I, as a seller, still wouldn't be happy that you asked me to wait. But I can understand more that somebody may need a few more days to pay. But $3, come on, man. You shouldn't
need
be
a
on
couple
eBay.
more days for $3. Like, is your job standing on the corner begging for change? Is that why? So you gotta, find some other people to get some money from before you can pay me?
Well, they could be 15 years old. They're saving up their lunch money. It could be like a 15-year-old.
Real quick, Alex, since you're talking about offers, so for my new card channel, I've been on eBay buying up things to open on the card channel, and this one guy had a lot of vintage wax packs from like Simpsons, Dinosaurs Attack. There was some MTV cards. Like I think it was 9 different packs, maybe 12 different packs, and there was no duplicates, all different stuff from the 80s, early 90s. And I was like, these would be cool to make shorts out of. So he had them listed for $21. I sent him an offer for $17, and he came back with $20.99. And I'm like, I didn't even lowball you, dude. Why are you coming back so aggressive? First off, but then I was like, all right, I sent another offer for $20, $1 less, and he comes back, and I told him in the message, I was like, look, man, let me feel like I'm getting a deal, $1 off, and he rejected it, and I was like, keep your stupid cards, bro. I'll find them somewhere else.
Oh my god.
Like, why do you have offers on if you're not going to accept anything?
There you go.
I got a ton of cards for you, Shane, but they're all open, so I guess you can't rip into them. So
yeah, and that reminds me, anybody who's watching, if you guys are outsourcing and you come across these vintage wax packs, if they're under $5, pick them up. I'll buy them off of you. I'll pay for shipping, the whole 9 yards. So, I got this is the greatest pitiful sale I've ever had. $25 plus shipping. Which should tell you guys I had a pretty good week. You guys remember the $5 Omega juicer I got at the Highway 127 from the two old people yard sale we went to? I parted that thing out. This is the second thing I've sold. The first thing sold for $30, but this is just the drum and funnel, and I sold them as replacement parts for $25 plus shipping.
Wow.
I have $5 into that whole thing, and I've already made $55 on it. Well, take away fees and stuff, I probably made $45, but on a $5 purchase, and I still got tons of pieces left. I took that whole thing apart and parted it out.
I don't think that qualifies for pitiful sale. That's good in my book, man.
That's good
yeah, that's a good sale. I got $5 in the whole thing, but it's the lowest sale I have this week.
Okay. All right, Chad, what do you got, man?
I got my cousin Benny sealed VHS sold for $7, free shipping.
Yeah, free shipping.
And I went up 50 cents to make it ground advantage because it's 8 ounces. And eBay says I'm negative 57 cents on my earnings.
Yeah,
where did you ship it to?
10%.
I don't know, but $5 and something for shipping. Yeah, and the promotion at 3%. Yeah.
Well, and guys, anybody who sells media on eBay, pay attention to Ground Advantage because media mail prices have gone up, and sometimes it's cheaper to ship Ground Advantage now. I sell, DVDs, Blu-rays, books, and things like that, and sometimes, if they're in my region and just say Southeast, if they're Tennessee South, it's cheaper to ship Ground Advantage. Now, if it's going to California, Oregon, something like that, it's going to be media mail. But yeah, check that out if you're a media seller. I mean, I'm sure you already know that, but.
Well, my pitiful sale, and this is an example of ending and selling similar works. This is a green Corona Extra hat. And I have had this thing probably for a year or longer. Ended and sold similar a couple of days ago. And before it got dark outside, and that same day, I got a $5 offer. And so after shipping, it was $11.70. But the point is, I've been sucking wind on this item for almost a year and a half or so. And I ended and sold similar, and it sold the same day that I done that. So that's my pitiful sale. At least it's out of here.
Jack Frost.
VHS.
Right.
Nice.
That's cool. All right.
I got a whole bunch of VHS.
Shane, do you want to look up our comment of the week? And while you're doing that, I will thank our paid members to this channel. First, we want to thank our MVP members, Mike Camparelli, the ambassador to the locker room. And Mike is going to be joining us on the show within the next week or two, maybe. And we want to thank Keith from Vintage Sports Flips. Go check out his YouTube channel. He does a lot of vintage sports memorabilia. You've heard me talk about it all the time. And go support these folks with these channels. Rick in Maryland. We want to thank Rick. He's a very loyal viewer of this channel. He leaves comments to all of our episodes and even some of our own independent channels that we have. So we want to thank all of our MVPs. Next, we want to thank our Skybox members, number one being Wolfman Goodies, Mr. Chad. That's a benefit of being a Skybox member. We can have you as a guest here on the locker room. So if you haven't subscribed and paid for a Skybox membership, being on the show is one of the perks. Not that that's a lot, because, we're
started with that.
Yeah. So anyway, Chad, Wolfman, thank you for your support. Not only are you a good supporter of this show, but all of our independent channels off of this platform or off of this show, our individual YouTubes. We appreciate you so much for, being members to our other channels. And you're a great supporter in the reselling community. So we want to definitely thank you for your support there. Flipping for laughs. All right. Flipping for laughs. Mary McQueen, she is the queen of the reselling community. And then Goodwater Pickers, we want to thank them. And then I love saying this. Captain Morgan Riverboat Adventures. Does that not sound like an alcoholic party on a riverboat?
Hey, I'm down, man. Let's do it.
It's a theme park.
2 steps ahead of you.
Theme park.
You just need the boat now.
Yeah. So that's our Skybox members, and that plan is $9.99 a month. Our MVP is $4.99 a month, and if you want to be a barely supporter, you can do just a tip. So anyway, we appreciate any level of support that you'd want to give us here on this channel. It isn't a monetary investment to bring you this show each week. We got to pay for all the streaming and all the tools that we use to come to you each week. So
my salary.
Yeah. So anyway, we want to thank all of you. And you ready for the comment of the week, Shane?
Yeah, I've actually got 3.
Right.
So in each one for its own reason. So based on our topic from last week about Q4, Diamond Row 2919 says my death pile consists over 1,000 items. It takes up about 25% of a 1-car garage. I'm going to be listing like crazy this week through Q4, no buying. And I think that's interesting. So if you have a death pile like that, get it listed as we said last week. But the fact that people have death piles large enough to where they can go an entire quarter without doing any sourcing, that just blows my mind, because my death pile is literally just on one little shelf over here. Now my favorite comment comes from our good friend Chad, Wolfman Goodies, and you guys know I like super chats. Well, Chad sent us a super thanks for $2.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep. So, and he just says thanks. But then this one is cool. This is coming from ABC Matt 123. Everybody knows Matt. We love Matt. Congrats on hitting 1,000 subs, by the way, Matt.
Absolutely, buddy.
Matt says, I bought 3 binders of non-sports cards and it brought me back to the good old days. So this is the conversation we had last week about the box of cards, me starting the card channel, all of that. But that box of cards that I picked up at that church sale bin, it was full of all these non-sports stuff from the 80s and 90s. Well, Matt says 1990s Marvel cards for $20, and it translated to a few thousand. You know how many 1990s Marvel cards are in that box?
I have
a lot. A
Wow.
lot. I didn't think anything in there was going to be worth much, but now I got to do some freaking some comping.
I have those too, Shane, and I looked them up. There's some high dollar cards in there.
I got it.
But I haven't
I'm gonna
listed
have
any of mine, but I've had them since I was a kid.
Yeah, and these you guys, I know, Alex, you may not have saw them, but I know Ben and Chris looked at them. But
it was Alf cards and everything in there.
They are in pristine condition, like they were set in this box and never touched for 30 years.
That's what kind of got you back into it and starting that channel. But are you going to show those cards on the channel, even though they're not?
Yeah, I've actually recorded the video.
Okay.
But I just need to edit it and put it up. So I put up I think I got 3 or 4 shorts up, and I've got 4 or 5 long form videos on it already. So, but that'll be, I put up a new video tonight. This video will be coming out before the end of the week. With these cards that I found at the church sale.
Let me know if you want any World of Warcraft. I have about 500 cards.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know. I used to play WoW back in the day. I didn't know they made cards.
I saw them at the bottom of the bins, and I just started grabbing them. I looked up the sold comps, and there's one that was selling for 700 or something. So I was like, I'm gonna grab all of them. Who knows if it's in there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For $9 or whatever I paid for it.
Yep. I gotta read this. Now this is I guess let me put this up here so everybody know what we're talking about here. The ridiculous comment of the week, but it's not on this show. It was my channel. And Shane, you went through this already, what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I had some lady on there comment to my video, and I think it was the one, my last 401 Highway 127 footage video that I put out, because I put out 2 videos last week. This was the first one of last week, where we showed the highlights at the 127 meetup, and then a little bit at the end where we had our house party. And she slammed me on the background music that I used, and I'm like, "Come on, man! I mean,
someone had to do it. It was pretty bad."
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was a brain fart, but she just said that music though, and I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna respond to that.
Dude, I had so many comments. Like, people hated the music I put on mine, absolutely hated it, and I'm like, man, people do this all the time. I don't see this kind of hate in theirs, but I guess it was just the music I chose.
It's
it
like
was
that
just not resonating with folks.
Oh my
early 2000 vlog background music. I don't know. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, but
thanks.
I get it. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Chad, I always say that I just come to your channel just for the good jams, though, all the time. I go to Chad's channel to check the weather. I don't know where I'm checking the weather at. I'm not sure where he lives, but I get my weather report every morning there.
It works.
It's sunny. It's sunny. And 80 degrees outside. I guess I'll hit the pool later.
It's 68 in here.
Gonna go on a little swim.
You always got to pass on the local temperature and weather, man. That's awesome.
And the time.
Well, let me ask you this, Chad. And this is one of the segments that we don't do a lot of, but I'm going to put it up, and just in case you have a story you'd like to share. Stupid reseller mistake of the week. Is there anything that you've really done that was so stupid that you can think of?
Oh yeah, I got it written down right here.
Okay.
I sold a hat, so I'm shipping out, and I'm like, it's going to Larry in Louisiana, and I box it up and print a label and put it on it. I go ship my next item, and it's to Larry in Louisiana, and I assume it's the same person without looking at their last name or the address. So I open up the first box, void that label, put both hats and send them to Larry number 2. 8 days later, Larry number 1's like, where's my hat, my Jeep hat? I'm like, I'll look into it. And I write Larry number 2 and say, hey, did I put 2 hats in that box? No response.
Oh man, of course not.
He responded back, yeah, 2 hats and $10. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
I gave Larry number 2 $5 shipping discount because he bought 2 hats. I thought he did. He got a free hat and 50% off on his shipping.
I mean, that's understandable though. Like, what are the odds? Two dudes named Larry order 2 hats
from the same state.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
I could see making that mistake myself. Just if I wasn't paying attention, to all the little details, I could go, "Oh, he bought 2 hats and I didn't realize it."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what, Larry number 2? There's a special place for you, buddy.
Uh-huh. That's facts. Well, do y'all, Alex, Shane, do you have any stupid mistakes here recently?
Do not believe so.
I don't think so. I probably bought 1 or 2 things recently that were probably dumb. I don't know what they would be off the top of my head, but when I was at that highway sale this past weekend, I bought a few things without checking sold comps. And that's bitten me in the butt in the past. So I'm just assuming it might again.
Did you guys do filming out there? Like you had some footage?
I did, but here's a stupid YouTuber mistake of the week. I bought a new backpack clip for my GoPro setup.
Yeah.
It's a little bit beefier, and because I put that cage and stuff on the GoPro, I wanted a beefier strap and not just the clip-on one that GoPro makes. This one actually goes around your backpack strap and grips it real tight. That thing is horrible.
I have one of those. Falls over.
Yeah, it falls over. It's your camera's doing like this.
Around.
Yeah, and I didn't bring my chesty strap or the other backpack clip. So I was like, well, I could do, pull a Chris and walk around with it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not even going to record. I'll just, just buy and, talk about things I found maybe. But it ended up not even being a great highway sale anyways. I didn't buy a whole lot. So,
yeah.
You
gotta get that magnetic one like I've got, dude. That
magnetic. The video,
I need to look into that because that was pretty cool. But yeah, so I ordered this thing off of eBay, and it's super cool looking, and it looks like it would be a great item, but it's just not. And
that's what I had at the 127. I kept grabbing my camera and putting it up because it kept flopping over.
If I remember, I'll look up the brand that I bought and put it down in the comments for people to stay away from it.
Yeah. All right,
yeah, buddy.
Gentlemen, we're an hour and 9 minutes in. Anybody got anything else? Chad, would you like to say anything else before we go?
One time, Chad, just say, "Won't you be my neighbor?
Won't you be my reselling neighbor?" Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Well, Chad, you know, as I said earlier, you're a great supporter of this channel and our individual channels, as well as many others in the community. You're well respected in the community. You and I go at it back and forth in our videos and whatnot, even on here. It's all in good fun. And
Yes.
we think a lot of you, and we appreciate your support every day and every week, man.
For sure. Every day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every Monday night.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you have been with Mr. Rogers of the reselling world, Shane, Soda City Flips, Alex, the Beard King Picker, and I'm Rocky Top Picker. Tune in to all of our YouTube channels. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and share with your friends.
Yeah, I got a new video.
And we'll see you next time, Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. Peace and love. We're out.
He just hocked to a.
Is this Hawk 2 a talk?
Ready?